When did you go to New Zealand?
I was there back in 2008. I worked there as a healthcare assistant, boss. I am a registered nurse by profession. I really love nature, boss. I always like to commune with nature. It makes me feel recharged. I love to help other people. It gives you a sense of accomplishment every day. I have a lot of kids, the dogs, boss. I have 10 dogs and they're all here.
Hey, boss. How are you today?
I'm pretty good. Never been good before.
Yeah, never been better?
Yes, boss.
Never been better. That's the go. That's what we like. Well, thanks so much for jumping on and spending some time with me, boss. It's really, really cool to find out about like a little bit more. I feel like I know like a lot about you, but I'm sure that there's still lots and lots that I don't know. So it's just a really cool opportunity for us to be able to catch up and learn about you and your family and your values and where you are and all about Mama Joy. So thank you so much for jumping on and sharing all this with us, boss. But if you can go back, like whereabouts in Manila do you live? Tell everyone whereabouts you live, or whereabouts in the province.
Yes, I am living in the province of Bulacan, which is like 2.5 to 3 hours away in the city. So I booked. So for the upcoming party or gathering that we are going to have on the 7th of June, boss, I have booked for an accommodation in Manila so that I won't have to go back here in Bulacan and then go back the next day for the team building.
Yeah. That's cool. I'll tell you a funny story. I think I did share. Actually, I'm not sure if I have shared this with you or not, but I remember it wasn't last year, it was the year before when you wanted to take us to wherever that place is that's cold. Where's that at? There's like a place in the Philippines. It's kind of like a touristy area and it's like a lot colder there. Maybe it's in the mountains or something. And
that's in Mount Pulag, boss. That's
right.
The Cordillera because I love to go mountain climbing, but I don't think I can do that anymore because of my knees. It got weak already, boss, and I was diagnosed with osteoporosis. So not osteoporosis, but osteoarthritis. It's a degenerative disorder.
Right. So I remember you saying, hey, like I want to take you to this area, like it'd be really cool if we get time to do it. And I'm like, oh yeah, cool. It's probably like, I think you said to me, is like, we can go, I know you're busy, but we can go after the party. I was like, well, right, like it must be pretty close. Like the party's going to finish about midnight. And it's like, how far away is it, boss? And you're like, oh, it's 4 hours. I'm like, what?
Me? I don't think so, boss.
Nah. Well, I remember it was like a long way away, but like that was one of the things that stand out to, especially on the weekends. You guys will travel a long way, and like a 2 hour. I think it might be just because you're so used to being in traffic so much, but like a 2 hour drive or even a 3 hour drive isn't that crazy, really, to you guys. Yeah.
Yes.
It's a long way for us. It's a long way.
I'm used to it already, boss.
Yeah, so good. So have you been walking? So what can you do? You can't climb mountains anymore. Well, tell us a little bit more about like your mountain climbing days. Like why did you like doing that? How did you get into that?
I don't know, boss. We have one VA and I have referred him here. And his name is John Esplana. That was my very first time climbing the mountain. So he likes to climb the mountain, and that's really one of my passion. That's really one of my bucket list. So I have decided to join him. He was actually cynical at first, but then I
cynical that you could do it or not?
That I couldn't do it because I've already at that time. I believe I was 40 at that time, boss, when I was in the BPO. He was my team in the BPO, John. Yeah, and he was surprised that I was able to hike with him, climb the mountains. Actually, it was a twin peak. So we left We left.
So what does a twin peak mean? Does that mean that you go up one peak, down the peak, and then up the other peak, and then down the peak?
That's right, boss. So we started at like 4 a.m. and then ended at like 3 p.m.
Wow, that's massive. How far, like, can you remember how far that was?
So I left the house at around 12 a.m. and then so we traveled starting at 2 a.m. So I was just like we were just like a joiner. We don't know anybody in the van. So we just joined other groups and that's it. I was with Palos or Janice Plana and two other female teammates.
Okay, cool. Can you remember what the elevation was on that? Or like how?
I already forgot, but
That's
it
okay.
was just like 3/9. The difficulty was just like 3/9.
That's really, really cool. Um, and so what made you want to get into that?
I really love nature, boss. I always like to commune with nature. It makes me feel recharged. At first, when I get home after the climb, I'm really dog tired. But after a few days, I just feel recharged.
Did you say you're really dog tired?
Yes. Oh yes, yes, boss.
I love that. I love that.
But then after a few days, boss, I really feel recharged, fresh, and I don't know. There's something with nature that
Yeah.
I prefer going to like nature trip rather than going to the mall.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think you're right. Like I think there's something very special about being in nature and around the trees and around the plants and like there's no cars and it's hard too so your heart rate is elevated, so your flight and fight is engaged and there's an element of risk in it because you're a long way from help and if you slip down the mountain then you could die and that's scary, so you need to be really careful and like all these things are all packaged up and like it's a recipe for an amazing experience.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's right, boss.
So how do you take like for that trip you take a lot of your own food, is
Yes,
that right?
yes. Not too heavy meals. It's just like trail mix like nuts, apple, chocolates, and a
Yeah,
lot of water.
yeah, because it's important to keep on them big walks, like it's important to keep the calories up, and
Yeah,
your energy up, so that is like the perfect excuse to be able to eat chocolate all day.
that's right.
What's your do you have a sweet tooth, boss?
I do. I really try to avoid eating cakes, ice cream, boss, but no, I can't. Those are really my comfort foods like ice cream and
Oh,
cake.
delicious.
Yes.
Delicious.
Not
Delicious.
not too much on chocolate though.
Do you know what my favorite cake is?
What?
Caramel cake.
Oh my goodness, that's very sweet.
Do you like what's your favorite cake?
I like mocha or yeah, I like mocha, boss, mocha cake.
Yeah,
Any,
yeah.
but not that much on chocolate.
Oh, really? I love so for me it's what about biscuits? Do you like biscuits?
I do, boss. Arrowroot. I like something that I can dunk on my coffee.
Cup of tea? Yeah, delicious. What are we talking about? That's the best. Do you have in Australia we put butter on our milk arrowroot biscuits. Do you do that?
No, I don't. I don't, boss.
Yeah, yeah. And we sometimes put butter and hundreds and thousands. That would be like a typical and for like a kid's party you would do that, and also like a plain piece of bread with butter and sprinkles on it. Do you know what hundreds and thousands are? Like
The sprinkles?
yeah. We call it fairy bread.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Do you? Do you guys have that?
Back in New Zealand, boss, back when I was in New Zealand, I heard about that, but I have not tried it. I'm not used to having sprinkles on my bread.
Yeah, yeah. So, well, what while you bring up New Zealand, let's talk about that for a little bit. So, like, when did you go to New Zealand?
I was there back in 2008. I worked there as a healthcare assistant, boss. I am a registered nurse by profession, and yeah, so because I was I had to sacrifice because David at that time was still in elementary, and I'd like to save money for my kids, so that David could go to school in college. But now he has graduated and he has a life of his own. And Vince is just the one staying here with me. And yeah,
Yeah. So, how long were you in New Zealand for?
only for 2 years, boss. At that because 2011 my visa wasn't renewed anymore because they said that healthcare assistant could be done by the regular Kiwis. At that time, it was recession, so their priority was actually the Kiwis, of course.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's a
And
lot.
so,
There's a lot of nurses, boss. There's a lot of nurses whom I met in the airport that were also not renewed at that time.
really,
It was a
and
failing for me.
were you away from home for 2 years straight, or did you get to visit?
Yes, boss, I was away for 2 straight years because I worried if I go back here and see my family, it will be a hard time for me to go back. So while I
Yeah,
stopped my emotions already, so I decided to keep it that way and just try to um, bring them over. But Melvin wasn't healthy at that time because of his diabetes. So he was starting to get sick already because of his diabetes. So yeah, it's been a long time, boss, since Melvin
yeah,
passed away.
yeah, yeah. It doesn't feel like it, but does it?
Yeah. So there's been a lot of loss in the family that I've experienced, boss. But yeah, here I am.
I think as well, like it's worth highlighting, like what we just spoke about, right? Like you spent 2 years away from your family to try to create a life for them, like that. Like that's pretty special, and I think it's a representation of like you as a person and the things that you will do for other people. Like I understand that they're your children, and like I get all of that, but there's still a lot of people like that was hard. It's extremely hard for a mother, I would imagine, to do that. And
Yeah.
I'm also sure that there's like a lot of doubt and like maybe even a little bit of shame to say, hey, like I'm not there. I'm not their mum right now. Like I'm not at home. Like I should be at home. So I imagine that you would have battled through a lot of them emotions, boss. Like 2 years is a long time.
Yes, it was really such a hard time for me. I was tr- I was actually trying not to meet my Filipino friends because whenever I visit them, I miss my family. And on my way back home, I just stopped by the highway, state highway, and just cry. And I terribly miss my family. And I wish that I could bring them over also there, just like
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. 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 And I do you think that like your boys are still young? Do you think that they identify the sacrifice that you made like
Yes,
then?
boss. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm so happy. They are not that how do you say? They are not that showy. They don't tell about it. Tell
Not
it to me
very
all the time.
emotional.
Vocal,
Yeah.
yeah. But when I had my 50th birthday, boss, I was so happy when they were able to voice out how grateful they were because of the sacrifices and because of the adversities that we've had in life. We were able to triumphant. I mean, we were able um to pass all those trials in our lives, boss.
Yeah, yeah. And you've definitely done that and there's like a repeating theme in your family and like you are the person that keeps everyone together. Like it doesn't matter if it's your siblings or your parents or your husband or your children. The common theme is that joy is the one there for everyone, and that takes a lot of energy, takes a lot of effort, and I notice it, boss. You're a superstar.
Thank you so much, boss. I just wanted to have I just wanted them to remember me and build a story that is based that where they can see my resiliency, being able to bounce back, boss, so that they will be able to do that also in their lives whenever when my life is over.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's cool. Yeah, you're setting an example. Yeah, it's huge, huge. So when you grew up, so are you? Do you have brothers and sisters, and how many?
I do have half brothers and sisters, but I wasn't that close to them. I am just the only child boss by my mom and my dad, and I have half brothers and sisters. Five, actually 10 with my father's side, but
Wow.
I am not that close to them. So yeah, I live my own life. They don't. Yeah, as if I'm just alone, and I have two siblings with my mom. So
Yeah.
I'm used to living alone. I'm just, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, that's cool. So, did you go to school close to where you live?
Yes, boss. It's just like 5 to 10 minutes away from our house.
And did you walk there?
Yes, yes. When I was a child, I mean, me together with my schoolmates just walked from our house going to our school and then back to our house again. But nowadays, children have these services like public jeepneys where they ride the
Yeah,
jeepneys going to and from the school bus.
yeah, yeah. That's cool. And did you like school?
Yes, I do. I love learning, boss. And even at my age, I still like to learn a lot. I'd like to upskill, of course, what I have right now. I don't want to be I don't want to be just like this. I still want to continue learning
Why do you think that is? Like, where do you get the passion or the energy to try to continue to learn?
because things changes, boss. In our world, things changes with the technology that we have. So it's really important that we learn new things, and we should be open to that changes.
Yeah, I agree. It's a really, really cool mindset. Did you go to college?
Yes, boss. I
And what did you
graduated.
study?
I am
Nursing.
a yes nursing.
Yeah. And did you practice nursing in the Philippines as well?
Yes, I did. I started working as a community health nurse, and then I was asked to. I was offered a job in school as a school nurse. So I stayed there for 5 years just before I went to New Zealand, boss.
Okay, cool. And what did you like about nursing?
I love to help other people. It's really nice. I mean, I feel good whenever I help other people. So I think it gives you a sense of accomplishment every day. So when, especially in the community health nurse, um, people, I mean, indigent people will be going to the centers to seek medical help, and I'm happy to do that. And when I'm in school, I also join medical missions.
Okay, cool. And what was that? Like, is that just helping people?
Yes,
Medical missions?
yeah, we do offer free medical and dental services
Got ya.
every. Mhm.
Yeah, got ya. So you enjoyed school, you went through school, you wanted to help people, so you got into nursing, graduated nursing, and then yeah, ended up in New Zealand to try to create a better life for your family and put the boys through. Was that a success, boss? Like, did that help put the boys? Although like it was 2 years, was that enough to achieve your goal?
Actually, boss, it was enough to help my kids send to school for 2 years. So when I came back, I was really disappointed. It was a failure for me because I was already there, and but then the immigration didn't renewed my visa. So I was really questioning the one up there, why it
Yeah.
happened, why he allowed this to me, because I'm doing my job. I know I'm doing my job very well. There was another employer, another hospital, who was very much willing to help me to undergo the training, the English training, and offer me a higher salary rate, offering me accommodation. But because of the recession, boss, they
Couldn't do
still,
it.
yeah. So it was really a failure for me.
So you said like at the time you're starting to question like why God done that to you. Like after the fact now, can you see why that happened?
Yes. I am happy now. I didn't figure it out, boss, that I won't be here right in front of you. I won't be here in BS if God didn't redirect me
Yeah.
to go back here in the Philippines. I mean, I have the privilege of working at home
Yeah.
with and being with my family. At that time, I didn't realize that God was preparing me for something better,
Yeah.
because my husband at that time was going to his end stage, and I was in the BPO. You know, boss, when um, work from home is already starting to sprout, and I was trying to ask help how I could enter the freelancing industry. No one was willing to help.
Really?
Yes, no one was willing to help, and it was only in TTP that I was able to get through. At first, I was hesitant to apply because all of them were all team managers in the BPO. So I said, "Is it really right for me to apply here? Maybe it's not for me, because they are very intelligent, skillful, efficient, and me, I'm just a regular customer service representative in the BPO." But then something was telling me, go apply, and here I
Yeah.
am.
So cool. So what were you doing in the BPO?
I was a customer service representative at first for a US account. I was supporting customers with satellite radio, that was Sirius XM. And then there was an opportunity for me to apply in Telstra, which is a day shift, and I grabbed that. And then Telstra, which is a large telecommunication in Australia, and then NBN. I applied to NBN. That's where
Oh
I
yeah.
met Vhen and Jay.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's an Australian internet.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. That's cool. And like even that, right? Like that was important because you met you Jay and Van, and they're both of them guys are now a really important part of our team, and like it's really really cool.
Yes.
Can you remember, boss? Can you remember the first time that we jumped on a call with Van? Because I can.
We jump on a call with them. I
So
don't.
when you introduced me to Van, we all got on a call,
Yes,
and
yes.
it was
When you,
like, yeah, and he's still young now, right? But like he was extra young then. Like that was like 4 years ago or something. I just remember like this really. I remember this young, clean cut, well groomed young man that was spoke well, very passionate with how he talked. He was into like self development and read books, and like it was the moment that I spoke to him, I was like, oh wow, this guy is a superstar.
yes,
Like he needs to be in our team.
yes, that's right, boss. I
Yeah.
agree. I agree.
So how long were you in BPO for?
Starting 2011, 2012, 13, 14, 15, 16. Like for almost 7 years.
Yeah, that's a long time. Yeah.
Yes. And then
And
2017, when I started in freelancing industry.
yeah, awesome. And like being a virtual assistant now, like how and why is that so cool?
Well, first, I don't have to go to Manila. anymore
Yeah.
to work. I am now here in our province. It's very nice here in the province. When when you're getting older, boss, your priorities and your interests change. So I'd like to be in a more peaceful and quiet area, and I'm happy here in the province. And I spend more time with my family and friends.
Yeah.
And yeah, I eat with them together, especially dinner time.
Yeah, that's cool. What are some of your interests? So you mentioned like what do you like to do outside of work?
Outside of work, well, last year, boss, I started on a very small business wherein I sell housekeeping cleaning materials like dishwashing liquid,
Yeah.
laundry detergent, fabric conditioner, hanging diffuser for cars, so something like that. And then I sell rice. So after work, sometimes, boss, I go to my little store, which is just in front of our house.
Can you send me a photo of that later?
Yeah, sure, I can do that, boss. And then once a week, boss, I travel and buy rice, 10 sacks of rice each week, and
How many is how many is one sack of rice? Is that like a 10-kilo bag?
25 kilos, boss.
And you bring it all home at once,
Yeah.
250 kilos. How?
My son is with me. Sometimes I have someone with me who drives, and
Yeah.
sometimes a tricycle, the tricycle, boss.
No, you can't put rice on that.
Yes.
How many bags of rice do you get on the motorbike?
Um, there's an open
Okay.
bike, yeah, and then it can accommodate like 10 sacks, 250 kilos of rice.
What?
Yes. It's
That-
yeah. So every week I spend time with that.
yeah, that's cool. Um, and do you sell like how long will 10 bags of rice last? Like how fast will you sell that?
It can take like 1 week. One
Yeah.
week. Yeah.
And are you like, do you cook it and sell it or do you just sell it?
I sell it per sack. So
Okay.
actually the convenience stores here within the neighborhood buy from me and they resell it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You're a wholesaler. That's cool. So are you like the rice lady in your little area? Like people come to you for rice?
Yes, yes, boss. There's a lot of stores selling, but I mean they are starting to know me already, boss, with
Yeah.
regards to the rice. I sell it at a lower price.
And do you buy that from the rice farmer?
Yes, yes, boss. In a rice mill, there's one like it's like an hour travel, and I buy 10 sacks of ten,
Yeah.
10 sacks of rice.
And tell me, how many meals a day do you have rice?
As much as possible for me,
Yeah.
one only, boss, because so I'll be healthy.
Yeah.
So one meal a day.
Yeah. 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 And is that usually like a dinner or like a
Lunch
lunch or dinner?
lunch is my big meal.
Yeah, that's right. You used to do these really cool cook-ups for lunchtime.
Morning I just eat Quaker oats.
Yeah. And do you have some honey on them or what? Like, what is that?
No, just milk, fresh milk, and then sugar, and then I put some bread on it, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. There's some people, I can't remember if it was Joms that said this, but they put coffee in their porridge. Some people do that? Or is that you?
No, I don't.
No? Or rice, coffee with their rice. People do that.
Yeah, some of them, but I don't, boss. I've never tried that.
So, do you like? Is that a common thing or not really?
Some of them do, but not for me.
Yeah, like I think it would. I like to drink coffee. I don't necessarily like to eat it. And what will you typically have for dinner?
For dinner, um, sometimes I don't eat dinner anymore, boss, because I eat a lot during snack time in the afternoon. I eat.
Like a
Bread.
coffee and some biscuits or a little piece of cake?
Yes. No, no, boss. Not.
No, no cake. Are you still walking? I haven't got any pictures of you walking lately.
Um, in the afternoon, boss, sometimes I spend time with my cousin. I am actually referring her here.
Oh yeah, is she good?
Yes, boss, she is. She's very nice. Her name is Ruth, and I am actually referring her here. She actually took her test already and done with the interview. So we're just waiting for the training, for the next training. So yeah.
Yeah, cool. That's exciting. So, are you not walking at the moment, or you walk a little bit?
No, not anymore, boss, because I tried walking, but then every time I walked, the next day I have sore knees.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're not near the water there, are you? You can't swim.
I don't swim. I can't swim, boss. I can't
Yeah,
swim. And the water here, I mean the river here is kind of polluted, so it's not good for
right.
swim.
You couldn't swim in it. That's where you were walking, wasn't it? Like you were walking up like the jetty. Yeah, I remember that.
Yes, yes.
Is there any fish in that water?
There is, there are some fishermen who work, I mean, that's their source of living here in Bulacan. So some fishermen would catch fish and then sell it here in the neighborhood.
So that was one thing that I noticed when I was in the Philippines that it's very common for people to have their own little shops near their houses, whether
Yes,
they sell fish or they sell. I saw like a lot of people selling cooked rice, so they'll just have like a bag of cooked rice,
yes,
and people or workers would buy that on the way to work.
yes, that's right.
Um, how so the fish like it's foreign for me to see, but like the fish will sit out there all day, like unrefrigerated.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like that, like you, yeah, like they would all get eaten that day, I guess. And the fishermen catch the fish, sell it throughout the day. What happens if they have leftovers? Do they just give it to their friends and family, or they cook it themselves?
They give it at a lower price, and maybe they give it to their relatives.
Got ya. Yeah, got ya. That's really cool. Um, what are what are some of you? And so you tell me about what do you do on a weekend? Do you go to church on Sundays, or what does your weekend look like?
Yes, Saturday, Sunday, boss. That's my time for me doing the household chores, cleaning.
Doesn't Vince do that?
No, boss, he won't clean. He only cleans his room, but not
Yeah.
living room. I have a lot of kids. The dogs, boss. I have 10
Yeah.
dogs, and they're all here. Um,
Wow.
Rosie, so they're all here inside the house.
How do you have 10 dogs in there? That's a lot of dogs, boss.
Yes, and a lot of rice to
Feed
provide.
them.
Yes, that's
Yeah. Do they fight some? I imagine that they would fight a lot.
no, no, they're
No?
very good. They're very good. They just keep on barking whenever they see strangers passing by or strangers going inside our compound.
Yeah.
So they just bark, but they don't fight each other. They just play.
That's cool.
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool. They're all sausage dogs, yeah?
I have an American bully, one American bully who has undergone two operations because of the kidney stones, and then I have a Shih Tzu, boss.
Yeah. That's cool. You love dogs, yeah?
I do.
What do you love about dogs?
Um, they they're very loyal. I like to see them whenever I go out, and then when I come back, they're very happy to see me. They are very sweet. Whenever I call them, I mean, boss, they know their names, and they will come running to you whenever I call them. That's so sweet of them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree. Dogs are cool. I like them a lot.
How's your dog, boss? By the way.
Really good. Yeah, he's good. He's getting big, boss. I'll send you a photo later. He's huge.
Yes, please.
Yeah, he's huge. And then you go to church on Sunday?
Yes, boss.
Yeah. And how far away is that from you?
30 to 45 minutes away,
How do you get there?
riding riding the tricycle.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. That's really, really cool. So, what are some of your, do you have any goals at the moment and then that you're working towards, boss?
My goals, well, um, I'd like to learn new skills. Um, I'd like to try social media or e-commerce. So I'm planning to take some, some free courses. I'd like to. I'm looking at enrolling myself on those field, boss.
Okay,
Social
cool.
media. I am. I like creating graphics, but graphics doesn't like me. So I'd like to learn the basic.
Yeah, yeah. Jump on YouTube, boss. There's heaps of information on YouTube.
Yes. Yes.
And then I'm sure Stace would be open to you, playing around and designing some stuff, for HVH. I'm sure of it. Yeah.
Simple graphics, but especially when December is coming, so I just send out notice like Christmas notice,
Yeah.
very simple
Yeah.
notice, boss.
Yeah. I like it. I like it a lot. Well, it's been wonderful to spend some time with you, Mama Joy. I think you're an amazing person. I really appreciate all your hard work and effort that you put into Virtual Spotter and, not just for your clients, but for us at a HQ level and all the things that you do. You're, very much loved. Everyone values you, and I appreciate you very much. It was really cool to spend some time with you.
Thank you so much, boss. It's my pleasure. It's an honor for me to speak to you again, boss. I miss you.
Yeah, I miss you too, boss. We'll see you soon. I'll be able to give you a hug soon.
Yes. Okay. Bye now.
Salamat. Bye. Boss Joy, the superstar. Um, she's a legend. 10 dogs is a lot of dogs. That's a lot of dogs. And I want to see a picture. I want to see a picture of Joy on her tricycle with 250 kilos of rice. That is also a lot of rice. I think you'll like that one. She's a gem. I appreciate her very much. Peace.